Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tia, and now I will take you around in Taman Sari, Yogyakarta. So, keep on watching. Taman Sari is one of the historical buildings of Sultan Place or Keraton Yogyakarta. Before entering the Taman Sari, don't forget to scan Peduli Lindung account. And this is a front view of Taman Sari, and we can see that even though Taman Sari is a tourist spot that has been around for a long time, it is still a tourist attraction for tourists. Entrance ticket to Taman Sari is 5,000 rupiah for domestic tourists and 15,000 rupiah for foreign tourists. Taman Sari means a beautiful garden, built by the first Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono in the year of 1684 Japanese year. Now, let's go inside. This is the inside view of one of the buildings. Taman Sari was a recreation and a royal bathing place, and also a retreat place for Sultan of Yogyakarta and his family. It has become the symbol of the glory of Mataram King. Taman Sari has several buildings. At this location, we can see Gedong Sekawan. Gedong Sekawan means 4 buildings. Each building has a lobby and half-circle stairs in front of the door. Then, on the right and left of the entrance, there are stairs leading to Gedong Gapura Panggung. It symbolizes the year when Taman Sari was built. Nowadays, it becomes the main entrance for tourists to visit on Taman Sari complex. On the wall of the gate, there are carvings. And this is the appearance of Taman Sari from the top of the gate. Then, the next location is Pasiraman Umbul Binangun. This Pasiraman is a bathing pool for the Sultan, his wife, and the princess. In this area, there are 3 pools decorated with mushroom-shaped springs. The 3 pools that stretch from north to south are respectively named Umbul Kawitan, which function as a bathing place for the king's daughter, Umbul Pamuncar, a bathing place for the wife and concubines of the king, and Umbul Pamuras, which is a special pool for the king. Between Umbul Pamuncar dan Umbul Pamuras, there is a tower building that was previously only allowed to be climbed by the Sultan. From the tower, the Sultan can see the Umbul Pamuras best from the window. The next location is Gedong Gapura Hageng. This gate connects the first octagonal-shaped courtyard and the second octagonal-shaped courtyard. During its era, it was a main entrance gate of King's Garden. This gate is decorated with relief of bird and flower, which are the Kandra Sengkala of Lajering Kembang Sinesep Peksi. Next to the gate, there is a door leading to residential area. Residential settlement around Pesanggerahan Taman Sari developed in the 19th century. At that time, the existing settlement were Megarsari. Megarsari is a land lease right given by the Sultan to the courtiers for their service. And if you are thirsty or hungry, you can buy food and drink in this area. During the pandemic, several locations were closed. One of them is Sumur Gumuling. This is because the air circulation in the Gumuling well is not good. It is feared that this increases the risk of the spread of COVID-19. And next location is Pulau Kenanga. On the way, we can buy some souvenir sold by local residents. Pulau Kenanga is the highest building in the complex. This building was designed as the resting place and art exhibition such as dancing and batik craft. The name Kenanga comes from the Kenanga trees planted in the yard surrounding the building. Pulau Kenanga, also known as Pulau Cemeti, is an artificial island in the middle of Segara. Segaran comes from the basic word Segara, which means sea. The word Segaran itself means artificial sea. Besides being stocked with various types of fish in this area, it's also used for royal relatives to play canoes. Now, the location of Segaran has become the Ngasem market and residential area. It is this building that appears to be floating on the water from a distance, giving rise to the term water castle. To the south of Pulau Kenanga, there are small buildings called Tajuk. This small building is aircraft for underwater. The entrance to Pulau Kenanga without using a canoe. And next location is lorong bawah tanah. When you pass through this door, don't forget to bow your head because the door is low. Here, there are some young people doing musical performance, and it's quite helpful to break the silence in this hallway. The atmosphere in the hallway is so calm and peaceful. There are two underground passages in the Taman Sari area, which are called Urung-Urung Timur and Urung-Urung Sumur Gumuling. The East Corridor connects Pulau Panembung and Pulau Kenanga. The 45-meter-long hallway is carved with winding paths. Even though it was underground, the atmosphere in the passage was not too humid, because there are 5 large enough fans in it. Along the hall, there are several places to meditate, one of which is specifically for the King's Hermitage. However, this particular hermitage is closed with iron bars and has never been opened to the public. Meanwhile, hermitage places that are not closed are often used by parties who still believe in Kejawen culture to place offering and offer prayers. The underground passage is the last destination you can visit in Taman Sari. Beside the door, there are various murals made by painting artists from various regions in Indonesia and abroad. And this is the exit of Taman Sari, which is decorated with plants and flowers, and is connected to the motorbike parking. And this is the end of my journey. Thank you so much for watching my video, and this is the first time I make a video like this, and I hope you enjoy this video. And if you do kerja, don't forget to visit Taman Sari. Okay? Bye-bye. See you next time, guys. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.